would say for me, the good and the bad. So like the good felt like with COVID kind of becoming a thing of the past, just more and more and more appointments. And it's just so fun to get out there and actually like go do your job. And people ask me, being in biotech, like, what is it that you do? And it's a really weird situation. It's not like I just have a drug and I go tell a doctor, hey, use my drug compared to this other drug. It's a full on, like, I'm selling a procedure. I am almost like telling them to think the opposite of what they do, and then also how to sell this isotope in this whole other avenue and get them to trust me that their patient will come back to them. Because when they refer a patient, a lot of times when doctors refer patients out of their practice, they're afraid that they're not going to get that patient back. And I'm having to like really make them understand, like, no, like you're going to be partnering with this treating site and this and that. So it's been a lot of fun to actually kind of work through those pieces. And I'm sure kind of in your avenue, it's kind of the detective work that we were talking about, but where you're really building like that game plan, understanding what the issues are and like how to really identify where you're like you can actually make the sell, but how you're facilitating it, like that you have these issues where maybe one doctor is afraid of losing the patient, but the other doctor just doesn't believe that your product falls as a first line, second choice option. So, but they both work in the same practice. So while you're sitting there doing a lunch with them and they're having these contradictory conversations with one another, you're trying to figure out how to, finesse that whole situation while also making sure that you're impactful on getting them to do what you're wanting them to do. So it's been really fun kind of working that puzzle, but the frustration behind it all is the fact that when you having to work with that referral side, you're having to work with like a lot of obstacles. And one of the accounts that I'm working with, and it just sucks because it's for VA, and these patients, like for me, like I want them to get the best care that they can get. And what's wild is there's always so many more loopholes that you have to kind of jump through. So I would say the frustration side for me is just having to figure out how to align, I guess, all those loops to make sure that it creates a simple chain for the referral process. Because if not, then these patients don't get treated, and then like when you have like the best treatment option for that patient, and the only reason that they're not getting treated is because of, like, let's say a link in the chain just not communicating properly, that's what makes things really difficult in my role.
Yeah, no, 100%.